Brought to you by Express Care Health and Skin Center. Get in, get out, get better.
Welcome back to Healthy Living. Deadlines, finances, work, frustration, demands can all lead to stress. Sometimes it can be good to help you perform under pressure and motivate you, but when you're constantly stressed and putting your body in emergency mode, it can take its toll, and your mind and body pay the price. Here to tell us more about stress and how to deal with it is Express Care's Dr. Jitka Lom. Thanks, Doc, for coming in, and this is a familiar topic. What exactly is stress? And I think many people know how it feels, but what really is it? It's kind of like your body's reaction to things?
Yeah. You know, Mindy, we all have an idea of how life should be. And when it's not like that, then we experience that as stress, where there's a mismatch, or where there's a feeling of overwhelm, or an actual threat, a threat to the survival of our body, physical body, our emotions, our relationships, our finances. We perceive a threat, and we go into fight or flight or survival mode. And really that's the definition of stress, is that intense discomfort. And when you said that it feels, we all know how it feels, you're right, but it feels different for each person. Some people feel their stress in their chest, some people feel it as a headache, a backache, a sore throat, all kinds of different symptoms.
So it can play out different ways than with people.
And in fact, about 75% up to 90% of visits to primary care physicians are stress related. These people really have illness. They really are sick. They're not making it up. They truly have sometimes physical things you can see, rashes or some other symptom, but it's related to the stress in their life. So when you realize that the thoughts that you're having about your life circumstances have that much power on your physical body, then you need to really be careful with your thoughts.
Okay, so before we get to all the bad things that stress does for you, let's talk about the good things. You know, sometimes, even for me in the newsroom, it's 4:30 and I get a little stressed, but it's good because it motivates me to get what I need done. So sometimes stress can actually be a good thing.
Absolutely, like that feeling you have right before an exam where you need to really think and be on your toes. And so a certain level of stress keeps you alive, because if you have no stress, you're not alive.
Right.
So it keeps you alive and alert and paying attention to things. And that's the ideal situation, where you have just enough stress to keep you going and motivated and thinking creatively of solutions to your problems, and not too much that you get into that overwhelm or survival or mostly fear mode.
Okay, so then let's talk about bad stress. Obviously, if you remain on high stress a lot, it's going to affect your body, as you said. Everyone's different, so it affects you differently. But people may not realize that it's actually the stress that's causing maybe some of their ailments, right?
That's really true, because not everybody thinks it through. They just feel it in their body, and sometimes they don't even want to really admit what the stress is about. But one thing that happens is that when whatever we're doing, we're thinking thoughts about it. And we know now that the thoughts that we think create actual chemical reactions in our body, where certain chemicals called peptides are released, and they go around our body and they create different effects. And one of the things that can happen is that our adrenal glands, which are the ones that are involved in stress most of all, will release a whole bunch of cortisol. And that is the one that does the fight or flight. It makes our heart race and our palms sweat. But when it's ongoing for a long time, it also makes us gain weight, get exhausted, lose hair, all kinds of so many symptoms, but mainly exhaustion.
Okay, so what is the best way to respond to stress when, after a long day at work, you feel that you've, just had it, and what are some ways that people can deal with stress?
Well, I thought of some ABCs for you.
Okay.
So we've got A for acknowledge and accept that there really is stress and that you need to do something differently. Stress is a sign that something needs to change, so accept and acknowledge. B for breathe. Okay, when you're feeling overwhelmed, it's time to breathe. And you can do this so simply by just focusing on the in and out of your breath, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Just feels so much better. C is for call. Call somebody to share your troubles with or to get solutions, get help. Lots of overwhelmed moms need some help sometimes, and overwhelmed dads too. Okay, so call somebody to get some help. D is for diet. Let's stay away from alcohol and drugs also. And our diet should be very healthful. If you suck back a whole bunch of caffeine every day, that's just making your stress worse. Let's drink water and eat very healthfully. E is for exercise. A nice 30-minute walk every day, that would be terrific for you to handle your stress. Just putting your feet on planet Earth, taking that nice 30-minute walk, relaxing, will help you. And F is for faith. So having faith in the future that things will be better for you down the road, that there is hope, that it won't always be this way. No matter what you're going through, it will not always be this way. That's guaranteed. And G is for gratitude, that things are not worse, that you have certain resources and skills and friends and family that can help you with everything. Those are all the ways, so from A to G.
All right, nice job. I like that. Good things to remember. Thanks,
Yeah.
Doug. We will pick up our discussion on this interesting topic when Healthy Living returns. Stay with us.